Welcome everyone. I hope you guys are doing well today. Today I will be continuing with Mushroom Oasis by Dear Sphere Studio. It has been quite a while since I've played day one. I think almost 2 months now. Hopefully you guys have seen that. Definitely check out that video first before watching this one. Last time we were walking in a forest trying to find our cat. We somehow got stuck with this mushroom spore. We passed out and we woke up in a lovely little house. Looks nice and cute and cozy, and our guest, our nice little benefactor who saved us, was taking care of us for a while we passed out. We learned his name is Mychael with a Y. That is very important. He fed us and we were having a nice time, and then we realized, oh, he is definitely not human. He is still a major cutie. We are stuck in his house. I am not sure if he's ever going to let us go. We will just have to wait and see, but we're going to continue with day 2. As always, I have left links in my description to the itch.io page of the game. Definitely check it out. If you do play the game yourself, don't forget to comment, rate, and let the creator know how much you enjoyed it. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. I blinked my eyes open to unfamiliar surroundings, swaddled in a blanket that clearly wasn't mine. But where... is this the beginning? Oh. I spotted the familiar figure of my host, seated on a stool in front of the fire, hands deftly working on the green scarf bundled in his lap. Is it a gift for me? I would not mind. His back was towards me, but I caught a glimpse of his fingers as the needle softly clicked between the yarn. He looked incredibly adept at using them, the rhythmic movements almost hypnotic as the fibers wound together into an intricate pattern. I slowly stirred into a sitting position, rubbing at my eyes. The movement quickly caught his attention, air flicking in my direction before his eyes trained onto me. And he's still a cutie! Look at this man! Oh my gosh, Mychael with the Y. I don't care if you possibly drugged me with mushroom spores, I still love you. The movement quickly caught his attention, ears flicking in my direction before his eyes trained onto me. Just like last night, his pupils blew up as we made eye contact. His expression lit up the instant he saw me. Lottie, hey! I'm glad you're finally awake. You look so tired. I didn't want to disturb you until you've gotten enough rest. Do you have anything else to say to me? Good morning, Mychael. Good morning, Lottie. Did you sleep well? I was still too groggy to answer his question, a yawn slipping out as I stretched. He smiled kindly, a soft chuckle under his breath. Like a baby, then. He pointed over his shoulder to the door beside the fireplace, tilting his head towards it. You can freshen up in the bathroom if you like, while I started making us some food. I mean, I'll never say no to food. I'd have eaten breakfast by now, but I wanted you to join me while the food is still hot. How do eggs and toast sound? Well, I am not an eggs person, but I'll definitely eat some toast. Ooh, do we have something else? Hold on, we always save. Oh, I can make some fresh salad if that's what you prefer. I love that. I like that though. If you aren't really an egg person, like possibly like vegan, then you can do that instead. Thank you. Of course. He tucked away his knitting materials and set it aside. Oh, I also have a surprise for you after breakfast. Good surprise by his smile. Is it whatever he was knitting? It's not the most exciting surprise, but just join me when you're ready. He ducked into the kitchen without another glance. I could hear his boots thud about the floorboards, cabinets opening and closing in succession in the kitchen. I suppose that's my cue. I rolled out of bed, leaving the warmth of Mychael's blankets and trotting over to the door Mychael pointed out. Ooh, okay. A wooden toilet? I have never seen that, really. wooden tub. I've seen that before. Interesting. So yeah, he has like water and like, I guess a piping system? Not sure how the toilet situation works, but I'm not gonna think too deeply about that. Stepping inside, I didn't know what I was expecting when he said it had a bathroom, but it was surprisingly spacious. Everything looked like it was carved and polished out of wood. He seemed to have everything you find in a modern bathroom. A sink with a cabinet, a shower and tub, and even a toilet. Curious, I crept over to the toilet in particular, inspecting it. Yeah, I would have done that too, since we're so far out. I wonder how he'd do the plumbing. There wasn't a tank like you expect where the water would be stored. Instead, there is a compartment to the side full of Oh, okay. It's full of sawdust and a scoop. Sawdust situation here. Alright, I've never dealt with that before. I am not even gonna look that up. I expected it to have at least a bit of a smell, but it was surprisingly odorless. There's even a roll of toilet paper on the side. It was no flushing system, but it was hygienic. Mychael must have done his research. Walking over to the sink, I stared at the faucet before hesitantly twisting it. I jumped when I heard the rush of water pouring in, swirling in the basin before disappearing to who knows where. Wow. Why am I impressed by a damn functioning bathroom sink? I helped with the dishes last night. I already knew Mychael had plumbing. Shaking my head, I finished freshening up and headed to the kitchen. Mychael looked up as I entered, a steaming kettle in his hand with 2 empty mugs on the counter. Was it whatever he made, was that what drugged us last time? Because there are moments, I think, where we had like a little glitch in our system a bit. It might have been the lighting, but he was taller than I remembered. Glancing to the table, I could see he already finished plating up our food. Oh, wow. You work fast. Mychael looked proud of himself. Can't have my guests stay on an empty stomach. Go on, have a seat. I'll join you in a moment. I returned his smile and sat down, somewhat grumbling as I looked at our plates. Just as promised, Mychael had prepared a delightful bowl of salad. Fresh lettuce, cherry tomatoes, minced carrots, and onions. I could see bits of homemade croutons added into the mix too. A drizzle of dressing weaved through the colorful ensemble, enticing me to take a bite. It was quick and simple, but I could tell he put a lot of effort into it. I couldn't wait to dig in. Mychael set down a steaming mug beside me before settling into his own seat. Peeking above the rim, I could see small flowers floating about, tinting the water yellow. It faintly smelled of apples. I recognized the yellow dried pellets on tea packaging I've seen before. Oh, chamomile? He nodded. I hope you like it. I'm sure I will. His smile widened, his tail swaying at the tip by his feet. He seemed more relaxed, showing his natural features this morning. Any trace of panic and hesitation from last night were gone, replaced by the look of contentment. Mychael bit into his toast, and I followed suit. The food was as delicious as I expected. One forkful of the salad had me sighing in delight. The taste and textures mingled on my tongue. I could tell they were fresh, and nothing beats fresh ingredients straight out of a garden. Mychael was happy to eat in silence, occasionally looking up at me as I enjoyed my food. He'd smile when our eyes met, his bottom pair narrowing into a happy squint. I wonder if he'd be open to some questions. Yeah, we have a lot of questions about his whole body biology and what he actually is. Hey. Do you mind if I ask? Ooh, okay, we have a lot of questions. Hold on. How did you learn to cook? Yeah, is it just him out here? Did he have any family, other friends before I came here? Cottage pie is a pretty complicated recipe. I just wonder if anyone taught you how to cook. I'd be lucky if someone could teach me how to make boiled eggs, Firefly. But it was trial and error mostly. My earlier endeavors were, pretty much inedible. I picked up a thing or two about cooking though, so your taste buds aren't gonna fall victim to any nasty creations like in my early days at least. Speaking of, did you enjoy dinner last night? Of course I did. You're a really good cook, Mychael. I'm glad. It probably wasn't obvious, but I'm really happy I got to cook for you. I don't get guests often, in case you couldn't tell. I should ask you to cook for me every day then. He grinned at my joke, looking pleased. I'd be happy to. I chuckled as I took another bite. So, what's your favorite thing to cook? He lit up at the question. Fried mushrooms. Of course, what other vegetable? Are mushrooms considered a vegetable? Whatever vegetable he would like. Fried mushrooms. Yeah. There's plenty to find and it's easy to make. Huh. I do remember finding a patch of mushrooms yesterday. They smelled pretty funky though. You remember that? So that was you! What was that? Nothing. Anyways, mushrooms were the only thing I had for a while, before figuring out I could eat other stuff like roots and veggies. Do you forage for all of your ingredients? Mostly. The times I figured out how to catch fish and hunt game were the best of my life, I'll tell you that. My first taste of meat? He did an awkward version of a chef's kiss, as if mimicking something he saw on television once. Is he trying to say Mamma Mia? Mamma Mia. Oh, poor buddy. That's so cute though. I kinda like it. Was he trying to say Mamma Mia? He continued before I could even dwell on it for a second longer. But nothing beats what you humans are able to make. You guys go nuts with ingredients. Rice was a challenge. It's a precious ingredient since I have to actually get some from a store. But once I figured out how to make it nice and fluffy, I consider it a special treat. Oh! So he does leave the forest and goes to a human store. Okay. I did a double take. You go to the store? Yeah? Oh, yeah, I really thought he just stayed in the forest this whole time in his cabin and foraged and hunt. But he's definitely interacted with civilization. All right. Where else would I get it? I thought you would grow it yourself or something. He laughed as I flushed in embarrassment. It's flattering you think I'm even capable of something that impressive. But no. There's only so much the forest can provide. Wait, if he's going to the store, he needs to pay for stuff. How does he get money? Does he have a job? Yeah, but what about money? We're talking about human currency, right? Otherwise, how would you even... Do you actually have a job? A thought occurred to me. Or did you steal it? He almost looked offended. Do you take me for a criminal? No, I didn't mean that. I don't know. I just could not picture you going to a store and actually using currency. But that would mean, then how? Mychael bit into his toast, his two eyes winking in mischief. I have my ways, Firefly. See, now I'm just gonna continue thinking you actually stole. What's that supposed to mean? Okay, ooh, okay, we can't do the other ones. So, how is there plumbing out here? Did you set it up yourself, or do you happen to stumble upon this cabin and just take it? I know it's a silly question, but I can't stop thinking about it. Oh? You're wondering about what? The embarrassed look on my face was probably enough of an answer. Aw. Well, it's nothing fascinating. It's just rainwater I've stored above the cabin. Just rainwater. He nodded. I detected a hint of pride as he continued. It's actually a recent installment, believe it or not. Granted, the project took a while, gathering materials, figuring out the tools, finding the right instruction manuals. Plus, I had to figure out where to store the water tank. And don't worry, I installed a filtration system, so it's safe for us to use. I check in every few weeks to make sure nothing's contaminated. That sounded daunting. He actually has a really nice setup here. He can really fend for himself. And that just makes me think, where does he get some of this knowledge? Like, he definitely researched everything, but like, is there any other creatures besides him? Like family, friends, something like that? Especially considering he lived all the way out here in the woods. You did all of that on your own? I kinda had to. Anyway, it took a whole lot of calibrating and adjusting, but it really worked out. And now that I think about it, I'm glad you get to be comfortable here during your stay too. Does that answer your question? Yeah, where did you learn how to do all of that? I had to figure out a lot of things on my own. There's a faint hint of exhaustion in his eyes. But to answer your question, I go to libraries a lot. It's where I learned about a majority of things. Okay, that's understandable. Since we do now know he goes to stores and buys things, quotation marks on buy, because we're not sure if he steals or not. But yeah, if he can go to a store, he can go to a library, maybe even just look at the books and read. The fact that he even ventured into buildings at all already surprised me. And if I'm really lucky, they have at least these neat DIY books and workshop manuals archived for anyone to browse through. It took a while to figure everything out. A really long time, actually. But hey, I had nothing but time. And it paid off. I'm considering upgrading the toilet next. But for now, the composting setup works fine. Learn about that in an old camping guide. He paused to take a breath, as if he hadn't talked this much in a while. Oh, I'm rambling, but that's how I did it. Is there anything else you want to ask? There's still more. We're gonna continue and get as much information from him as we can. His ears perked up, posture straightening. Oh yeah. I can't tell you enough how much books have helped me. I've made it this far only because I quickly figured out how to read. Well, figured out that I can read. Do you visit often? In my early days, any chance I could get. Nowadays, I stick to my side of the forest though. Gotta make sure people don't wander too far off than they're meant to. I paused in my chewing at the teasing lit in his voice. Are you talking about me? That's not my fault. I was looking for my cat. Hey! I'm joking. Anyways, if you're wondering what I do about this, he gestured towards his face. I just have to make sure everything's covered. You'd be surprised how little people pay attention to me when I'm bundled up just right. Do people not give you trouble? He shrugged nonchalantly. Small-town libraries are usually so empty from my experience. And people just mind their own business there. Huh, I guess that's true. I can't remember the last time I visited a library. I guess libraries would be Mychael's equivalent to the World Wide Web. I should introduce him to the internet sometime. Oh boy, hopefully that will be a good idea. Yeah, actually, maybe not. Not without parental controls. Finally satisfied, I nodded and went back to eating my food. So, what's it like living in the woods? I still can't believe how cozy you managed to make it, considering the whole middle of nowhere thing. It wasn't like this when I found it. Oh, there we go. So this cabin was here before. No? It was a major, fixer-upper? So the cabin was abandoned. I never would have guessed. Yeah, I'm really happy to get to live somewhere permanent for once. It's not much, but it's home. What's it like? Peaceful. Quiet. I do like it a lot. The forest provides me with everything I need. And nobody bothers me for the way I look out here. His ears twitch slightly. Sometimes, you just happen to end up where it's most convenient for you, and everyone else. The way he avoided my eyes as he said that gave me the impression there's something more to it. Like his home wasn't just out of convenience, but a fear of something else. Rejection, perhaps. Or something worse. Anyways, I don't really have anything else to say about it, unless there's something specific you want to ask. He doesn't think about his answer much before beaming at me. What about you? I know you told me a little bit about yourself, but what's it like being you? I scoffed, waving a hand. Please, I'm the least interesting person in this room. Trust me. His eyes were shining in earnest as he leaned forward. And tell me anyway. Oh, well... I told him about my life, at least the parts I was comfortable with sharing. Just like last night, his eyes didn't leave my face, occasionally darting about my features in interest. The direct ogling was making me nervous, but I suppose I was doing the exact same thing when it was his turn to talk. Eventually, I came to the topic of my job and the woes of living in modern capitalism. I'm a bit jealous. You have the whole cottagecore aesthetic practically perfect. His face morphed into a confused pout. Cottagecore? Oh, we're giving him so much terms he knows nothing about. I explained it to him in my own words. Oh, you're saying you want to live the way I do, out in the woods. With internet access, yes. I nodded without hesitation. I mean, I wouldn't mind showing you the ropes. His tone seemed strangely lidded. What do you mean? Never mind. Ah, he wants us to stay. I'm so sorry, buddy. I didn't pick that up at all. Anyways, I don't get what the appeal is, but it's not easy either, you know? The forest provides, but it's up to me to make use of it. Starting out was... A dark look crossed over his face then, as if reliving a bitter memory. Rough. But I'm built for survival. I feel like asking him to elaborate would make things awkward. I decided to veer the topic into a different direction. Doesn't it get lonely? Sometimes. But I'm used to it. He smiled, his eyes lighting up. Besides, I have you at the moment, don't I? Yes, at the moment. I'm not sure how long I want to stay out here, to tell you the truth. I never thought I enjoy having someone around. You must be really special. I'm starting to know a lot more about Mychael. He didn't directly say it, but it felt like he was lonelier than he was letting on. Not to mention how he managed to make a home for himself, all on his own. I had to wonder if he had anyone at all. Do you have any family around? Family? His expression turned solemn for a moment, before he looked sheepish. Remind me how that works again. Oh? Huh. The way he's speaking about it is like family is a concept, not like actual people that are supposed to like be there for you and stuff like that. I get the concept based on some books I've read. I don't have what you call parents, if that's what you're asking. Oh, is it he's never seen his parents, or he actually doesn't have parents? And if not, how did he come to be? Like, from what we can tell, he's like an actual flesh being. Like, he's definitely alive, but is that flesh he has, or is it like a different material, considering he has the whole mushroom aspect going on for him? Does he bleed? Does he have like veins and bones? My mouth dropped open in shock. No parents? He shrugged and took another bite of toast. Not that I recall. Then how did you... Oh, he really changed the subject quickly there. What's that like? Living with so many people like you in such close proximity. Huh? That's how it works, right? You and other humans living in one house. And you have this, dinner? Oh, he's trying to say DNA that makes you relate to the rest. That's what makes a family, right? Was he talking about DNA? His definition threw me off, but I had to answer somehow. Not just that. Family is... Ooh, okay, hold on. We have options. Let's see what we have. People you're related to, like your mom or your dad, and your siblings and relatives. People that love you and care about. Who love and care about you too, okay. Actually, I just there are people who live in Christmas City, whether you're in choice or not. I feel like this one might be the best answer in my opinion, because family doesn't have to be blood. He seemed intrigued. Is that so? That does sound nice. Is there anyone that you love and care about? Ooh. Do I want to say friends or family? Of course, I do have my family. Or yeah, I love my friends. Let's go friends here. Let's do a bit different than what I usually would do. Your friends can be considered family too. Yeah, I don't see why we have to be related to be family. I even consider my cat family. Oh. And this is the same for all families. I bit my lip, pondering the question. It would be naive to think that. A lot of families do love and care for one another, but not everything's perfect. Sometimes, that love can be misplaced, or taken advantage of, or even abused. Mychael looked thoughtful. So it starts with love. I've read some stories about that. Love, I mean. Though certain feelings just don't make sense to me. At least from a reader's perspective. I guess you have to experience it for yourself to understand. He stared at me, unblinking for a moment. Yeah, you might be right. I never considered that. Then again, who would bother loving a monster like me, huh? Wait, no, don't say that! I love you so much, Mychael, with a Y. What? You're not a monster. I look like one, don't I? That doesn't mean you're a monster. And that's besides the point. You're not denying it, though. I'm just saying, it's okay. You don't have to lie to me. Oh my god, bro, please. I'm gonna have to give him as much love and affection. So, family. Right. To be fair, everyone's definition of family could be different. What about you? What's your definition of family? Mychael looked surprised I asked him that question. I don't know. I've never had one, and I think your answer just confused me more. Well, if you ever figure it out, let me know. Mychael stared at the remaining crumbs on his plate before he nodded, avoiding my gaze. Sure. We both fell quiet, the lull in conversation blanketing us in a comfortable silence. All this family talk. It reminded me of the reason why I'm out here in the first place. To look for my beloved cat, a sight I might never be able to see again. Alright, so we did learn a lot more about Mychael, which I am very happy about because I definitely had a lot of questions the first time I played. So now we know he does venture into human civilization to go to libraries, quote unquote, buy things. You're still not sure if he steals them or not, or maybe mind controls the people with mushroom spores. He has no clue about his family or his origins. That's the one thing I'm really curious about. Where did he come from? Hopefully the game does answer that in the other days. I do believe there's like at least one more day left, and then I'm caught up with all the updates for now. Yeah, but Mychael doesn't really understand the concepts of family, only what he's really read in books. So that definitely means he doesn't know a lot of other things, just anything he learned in a book, and that's it. He has no real world experience with stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see how he reacts to other stuff once we talk to him more. Also, please, please tell me my cat is still alive. I couldn't help the sinking feeling in my chest, the growing pit in my stomach. I forgot I named him Jojo. I wish I was able to find Jojo. You would have loved him. Mychael opened his mouth to say something, but changed his mind. My voice warbled as a lump formed in my throat. Sorry, I just miss him so much. I keep thinking if I just went looking for him sooner, maybe I would have been able to find him by now. He was quick to speak up. You did your best, Firefly. No one else could have gone to the lengths that you did. You almost risked getting yourself. I'm sure, wherever he is, he's doing okay. That doesn't make me feel better at all. I'm so worried for my cat. I truly hope you did not eat my cat. That's like a deal breaker with Yandere's. Would do whatever you want, lock me in a cage, drug me, but let's not hurt my pets, please. You really think so? I know so. His voice was laced with a confident assurance, despite the worried look on his face. I nodded with a quiet sniff. I hope so. He's just important to me, is all. Mychael looked like he wanted to reach across the table for me, but sighed instead. Actually, I'm sorry, Lottie. No. I should tell you. Please do not. What do you mean? No. He was about to tell me something about the cat. Why did you stop? Mychael. Maybe I do have family, now that I think about it. That was a surprise I mentioned before. Wait, really? There's no shot he just changed the subjects like that. He nodded. Oh my god, that's gonna haunt me now in the rest of my gameplay. Are you done? I could take you to meet them right now. What? I looked down at my plate. During the conversation, I didn't even realize I finished the meal. Yeah, I'm done. His movements were quick, stacking our empty plates and mugs and setting them in the sink. He grasped my hand before I could say another word, pulling me up and headed outside with me in tow. We're actually gonna meet someone he might know? What? As the door swung open, I could only see forests ahead, before he tugged me along as he rounded the side of the cabin. Almost immediately, my peripherals were assaulted with greens on both sides. Oh, his garden! Damn, look at him go! I figured he was the type to grow his own vegetables, but to see it in person as confirmation was a whole different thing. With Mychael leading the way, I only had a moment to take in the surrounding garden. He had marked the different plots with messy drawings on small wooden signs jutting out of the dirt. Carrots, lettuce, potatoes, trellises of tomatoes, and beans. I wouldn't have been able to differentiate one plant to another without the signs. Even the chamomile from our tea just now grew abundant close by, the small buds swaying gently. I bumped into Mychael's as he suddenly stopped. The man looked over his shoulder to beam at me. We reached what looked like a fenced-off area, with a bit of netting stretching all around. He stepped aside, watching me as my eyes widened. Chickens! Oh my god, look at their little faces! They're so round and plump! 3 fat, happy little hens strutted about like they owned the place. As he entered through the gate, the hens swarmed over in an instant at Mychael's feet, circling him and pecking at his boots. Where'd you get the chickens, buddy? Oh my god, he calls them ladies! Ladies, meet Lottie. Lottie? Oh god, this is Mawar, Sansuyu, and Primrose. Or, as I like to call them, Marmar, Sunny, and Rosie. Oh my god! Look how happy this Look at the little chicken! He ducked to pick one up, fluffing up her feathers as he smiled. He gently scratched the hen's little head, which I assumed was Rosie. She practically melted as his pampering, eyes sliding shut. The other 2 flapped their wings in a huff and went about their business once more. Mychael leaned closer, beckoning me to pet Rosie. She was so soft. Rosie's the oldest. She doesn't lay eggs anymore, but I couldn't bring myself to, you know. So I brought her some friends. Marmar came first. Sunny's a more recent addition. What do you think? Do we have a good family? That's what he meant by family. I laughed and nodded, watching as Rosie nuzzled into Mychael's chest. Wait! Oh my god! It worked! He distracted me! My cat! I was supposed to be worried about my cat. Oh no. Bro, you just toss a cute animal in my face and I forget about anything else. I didn't expect chickens of all things. Were you expecting something else? I was expecting to be someone else. Oh. No. When you look like me, people generally don't stick around. There's that negative self-talk again. You don't even look that bad. His eyes flicked to mine, a look of pleasant surprise crossing his face. You really think so? Yeah? You can't be that naive, Firefly. Bro, if you start dissing yourself one more time, I will gut punch you. You are a cutie. Look at your face. I mean it. He let out a polite scoff as he scratched Rosie's head absently. You genuinely believe people wouldn't run away at the sight of me? Well, I didn't. His smile turned smug, the corner of his lips lifting just a bit. Of course you didn't. Because you couldn't. Shoot. He wasn't wrong. I was pretty much paralyzed in his bed when we first met. But I still don't think you look that bad. Is that so? Describe me then. What? You heard me. Look at me and describe what you see. All right. I see a cute guy with some nice fluffy hair, the cutest cheeks I want to grab and pinch and kiss, gorgeous ears. Is that good enough, guys? For a second, I thought it was being condescending, but looking at his eyes, all I could see was a bit of playfulness. He looked at me expectantly, eyes shining. You're tall? Go on. Oh god, this is actually kind of embarrassing. You have blonde hair. He gave it an amused squint, his left ear twitching. What else? You have green skin and a tail. He chuckled, though there was no malice in it. But that's not all, is it? He definitely expected me to say it straight. Oh, fine. So you don't look human. So what? He hummed absently. As I was saying, Animals generally don't care if you look like a monster. My heart twisted at his words. His passive nonchalance somehow makes it even worse. Mychael, you're not a... A tug at my shoelace caught my attention. Which one is that? Is that Marmar? A light brown hen stood at my feet, her beady eyes shining. It's Sunny! Sunny flapped her wings out almost expectantly. Aw, I think she likes you. Oh, don't do that. I would never leave. Go ahead. Pick her up, gently, like how I did with Rosie. I hesitated, but slowly lowered myself to cup Sunny by her wings. Lifting her up, she was quick to nestle herself, and she was comfortable lifting her up. She was quick to nestle herself until she was comfortably tucked under my arms. I could feel her wings wiggling as she nuzzled into my side. Oh, I am never leaving. So cute. Mychael's gaze softened as I cooed the chicken, making her small clucks. So, did it help? Cheering you up, I mean. Oh. So that's what this was. A fuzzy feeling bloomed in my chest as he looked at me, chicken in his arms and concern on his face. A little bit, yeah. Only a little. I snickered, rolling my eyes. Okay, mister. That's more like it. His proud grin was infectious. I couldn't help smiling back. We spent a bit more time with the hens, petting them until they were satisfied. Mychael even showed me the spot where they like to have their dust baths, little chicken-shaped holes scattered about in the dry soil underneath the coop. Once the gals had enough of us, we refilled their water container before leaving. He left them some treats, procuring them straight out of his pockets before shutting the gate. The girls' excited chatter over the food faded as we made our way back inside his cabin. I sat by his bed as he crouched down by the fireplace. From the window, I could see the sun outside was getting higher. It might be close to afternoon now. Hey, Mychael. He looked up at me from where he was stoking the fire. I rubbed my arms, unsure where to place my gaze. I think it's a good time for me to go now. My expression fell, but I caught myself quickly. Oh, wait, actually leave? Is he gonna allow that? He done his best to cheer me up. It would be inconsiderate towards him to leave in a bad mood. I might have to accept that I'll never see JoJo again. I think it's better if I focus on moving on. He was quiet for a moment, hands in his pockets. If you say so. But you don't have to leave just yet. We still got plenty of daylight left, and there's so many places I want to show you. Won't you come with me? I had to decide. Oh, okay, well, I didn't even get to decide myself. That's hilarious. Choices didn't even matter. They're gone automatically. I promise. I'll take you home right after. He took another step towards me. Please, Firefly? I didn't want to say it, but he looked desperate. Okay. I'll go with you. The joy in his face was shining bright as a billboard. Great! Let me get our stuff. He disappeared into the kitchen, returning with my backpack in one hand and a satchel in the other. He passed it to me as he walked towards the front door. Huh. I almost forgot I had this. Rifling through my bag, I found cat treats, JoJo's collar, a broken compass, and my phone! Oh, the battery was dead though. Still, that's one less thing to worry about. I checked through my bag once more, finding an empty water bottle. I frowned. distinctly remembering I forgot to pack water for my trip. Or at least, Mychael told me I did. Oh, didn't I? You ready? Oh my god! Are we going hunting? I looked up at Mychael, startling when I spotted the large crossbow in his hands. He followed my gaze and shrugged, albeit I've been saying that so wrong, albeit with a nervous smile, like he'd been caught doing something he shouldn't be. He quickly strapped the weapon to his back and out of sight. Don't worry, I'm not gonna use it unless necessary. I don't like that line. I would hope not. He chuckled at my indignant tone. Do you think I'm gonna let you out into the woods without guaranteeing your safety? I made a promise to get you home, so this is just an extra precaution. You don't think it's a bit much? Better safe than sorry, Firefly. He did have a point. If anyone else knew these woods and the kind of danger it held, it'll be Mychael. I glanced over at him again, noticing he changed his oversized cardigan for something more outdoor appropriate. His eyes tracked mine, his shoulders stiffening as his tint spread across his face. So, shall we? He opened the door and waved me out. I stepped outside to glance around his front yard. The landscape wasn't anything special. It was actually left quite plain, just thick with trees and foliage. Only paths of dirt and flattened grass clued me in the routes Mychael would use as he comes and goes, webbing in all directions trailing to the front door. Come to think of it, anyone passing through would be able to spot Mychael's house if they squinted through the trees carefully enough. I guess he was right, as nobody's walked through this area in years. I heard a lock turn before Mychael joined me by my side. His smile wide before tipping his head in a direction, making sure I was behind him before he started walking. I was hesitant, but followed suit. It was quiet as we traveled, save for the sounds of nature calling out around us. The weather was bright and warm, the sun casting pretty rays through the gaps in the trees. I had to admit, enjoyable as it was, the bird calls and rustling of leaves as we walked somewhat brought bad memories. Yesterday was miserable. I was lost, tired, and hungry. There was a chance I wasn't going to make it out alive. I watched Mychael's back as he led the way, the man barely paying any mind to his surroundings. His ears would occasionally flick back in my direction, but overall, he seemed confident on where to go. Having Mychael as my guide home was definitely a great assurance. It made me feel even more grateful he found me when he did. I sighed and shook off the negative feelings, keeping pace while appreciating the fresh air. Is he actually going to lead us home? I have some doubts about this. I stepped up next to my companion, willing my voice to speak after plenty of silence. This is actually kind of nice. A good nature walk. I coughed into my fist, feeling embarrassed. I don't go outside as often as I should. Mychael smiled kindly. I'm glad I get to bring you then. Yeah, feels different when you know where you're going. Actually, where are we going? He sensed my nervousness and laughed. Don't worry, we're almost there. I looked up and saw it before he even pointed it out. A clearing in the distance, the trees growing strangely sparse in that area. I held my breath as I noticed the grass slowly started to dot with flowers, delicate blooms swaying here and there in the breeze. As we got closer, Mychael watched me as my mouth dropped open, a knowing twinkle in his eyes. It was breathtaking. A secluded little meadow of flowers, lit up by beams of light, making the scenery resemble a page from a forgotten fairy tale. Butterflies flitted about in pairs, their wings flickering and complementing the surreal yet enchanting ambiance of the whole place. Mychael let me gawk some more before walking ahead, turning to face me before sitting down to relax on the grass. He slipped off his satchel and laid it on the grass by his side, along with his crossbow. I blinked out of my stupor and approached him, spinning around to drink everything in before plopping myself down next to him. So, what do you think? Pretty, isn't it? Oh, don't look at me, he's so gorgeous. I nodded dumbly, before finally glancing to face him, the man's gaze on me softening as our eyes met. A butterfly approached us rapidly, making me flinch on instinct. Stop! He's too cute! It landed on his finger as he held it out, its wings flapping gently. He smiled at the dainty creature, a fond look in his eyes before he held it out towards me. Do you like butterflies, Lottie? Ooh, okay. I do not mind butterflies, honestly. I do. I think they're so pretty. This is amazing, Mychael. His usual prideful smirk was absent, replaced instead with a shy smile. I'm glad you like it. The sun was at its peak now, the air getting warmer as minutes passed. The leafy canopy over us provided enough cover for us to not overheat. Mychael picked a flower with his other hand and placed it in my palm, his tail looping loosely around us both as my cheeks darkened. He closed his eyes and leaned back further, the butterfly still resting on his hand. My ears caught a soft rumbling. Oh, is he purring? My ears caught a soft rumbling before I realized it was coming from his direction. I almost wanted to ask, but I didn't want to ruin the moment. My gaze dropped as I twirled the flower in my hand, holding the stem delicately. The gesture felt platonic, but also romantic. I wonder if Mychael was even interested in relationships. He's been alone most of his life. He probably gets tired of my presence sooner or later. Before I can contemplate further, the butterfly on Mychael's finger took off, my gaze trailing after it as it left the sunlit and flew away into the woods. Which reminds me, Mychael? Don't get me wrong. This place is stunning. But is it okay if we go now? He straightened from his relaxed slouch. Ooh, yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. I definitely need to get home. He does not want me to leave, so I don't know if I'm ever going to get home or if he's going to do that mushroom spore thing again. The Yonade mind control. Why? We just got here. I chewed on my lip, hesitating. I love it here, I do. But I want to go home, Mychael. Mychael studied my face. Lottie. Oh, here we go. Do you want me to leave that badly? What? No. I need time to recover from losing Jojo. I know it's silly and dramatic, but knowing he won't be there when I get home. I trailed off, under the shot of guilt and regret filling my chest. I just need to get it done with. I feel a hand rubbing my back. Mychael nodded slowly, looking me in the eyes. His smile was gentle. That's okay. I understand. Ah, there it is! There it is! But maybe this place can help you with that. It's a nice spot to nap in, isn't it? I picked it out just for you. Why don't you go ahead and lie down? His words made you sway. A sudden bout of sleepiness weighed heavily over your lids. He was right. It is a nice spot to nap in. Why were you in such a hurry? You yawned. leaning back to stretch on the grass. The warmth from the ground seeped through your clothes, lulling you into a sense of comfort and safety. There you go. Just spend some time with me. Just a bit more. Please. Oh, here's something else I could show you. He reached into his satchel and pulled out a wooden box. Oh, it's called a kalimba. I blinked slowly, clarity coming back as I shook my head to pay attention. The box fit neatly in his hands, Mychael holding it as if he was typing on a phone. I could see it had a hole in the middle, with thin stripes of metal arranged in a triangular shape over it. What does it do? A proud smirk spreads across his face. So we're just gonna brush off the whole mind control that we had. Okay. I'll show you. He began to pluck at the metallic prongs, a gentle ringing sound resonating with every flick of his thumbs. I couldn't recognize the song. He might have made it up himself. I closed my eyes, enjoying the tune. Mychael gave a soft chuckle as he kept playing. Relax and listen as long as you like, Firefly. A few minutes passed by, with Mychael plucking away at the instrument. The two of us sunbathing like two cats on a Sunday afternoon. I must have dozed, as the next thing I knew, I felt a nudge on my shoulder. Comfy? He chuckled low when I refused to open my eyes. I mean, if you'd rather stay. My eyes shot open, my whole body jerking to sit up. Mychael glanced at me, kalimba in his lap, and half a forgot-me-not chain in his hands. What? I shook my head, slapping at my cheeks. I can't believe I fell asleep. I still need to... It's all right. He cut me off. His sigh was heavy. I was hoping... Never mind. He patted my shoulder, though his smile didn't reach his eyes. Thanks for being here with me. Maybe we can do this again sometime. If I ever see you again. Oh? Are you actually gonna let me go? Let's get you home. Is he actually gonna let me go home, though? He rolled over to his feet and stood off, brushing off dirt and fixing his satchel. Come on. We gather our things and set off into the unknown once more. Well, unknown to me at least. Mychael seemed to have a map of this place ingrained in his brain. You seem a bit sleepy still, so let's freshen up, okay? We walked a bit further away from the clearing, coming across the river. Compared to the rest of the path we walked, the area was shaded considerably with a thick canopy of leaves over us. The flowing water looked inviting as I kneeled down by the bank, Mychael idling close by. I dipped my hands in, eager to wash my face. The water was refreshing and cooled my heated skin in the afternoon sun. I pulled my hands back to see Mychael peeking over my shoulder into my reflection, smiling with a faraway look on his face. He startled as our gazes meet, irises darting away to look at himself instead. Immediately, his expression changed. His ears flattened, a grimace twisting his features as his lips curled back. Oh, is that himself? Oh, okay. I never seen such contempt in his eyes as I did then, staring at his own visage. He stepped away, retreating underneath the cover of a tree to lean against it with crossed arms. He doesn't notice me watching. I patted my hands dry on my shirt and approached him. You ready? Yeah. I stopped him before he could turn to leave. He looked at me with a questioning look, tilting his head. I hesitated. I wasn't the type to speak my mind directly. Most of the time, I kept things to myself and let things go by. But nobody should look at themselves and have that sort of reaction. Hey, you know you're not, I might as well be frank. You're not a monster, Mychael. He looked taken aback. What makes you say that? I saw how you're looking at yourself. How you talk about yourself. None of it is true. I keep telling you, you're more than just your appearance. I don't know what compelled me to do it, but I did it anyway. I reached for his hands and held them between us. Oh, he's never gonna let me go at this point. His eyes widened at the contact. All it took was a day with you. And truthfully, I think you're the most amazing person I'd ever met. He made a choked noise. I'm just some old nobody compared to you. That's not... Shut up and listen. He promptly shut his mouth with an audible click of his teeth. From where I stand, you saved my life. You've taken care of me better than I ever could ask from a stranger. That already proves to me you're not the monster you think you are. You're charming, you're smart, you're sweet. You're a million more wonderful things, but you are not a monster. It took a second to compose myself, lowering my voice. You may look different, Mychael, but guess what? His multiple eyes stared into mine, ears flattening as if fearing the worst. That makes you all the more beautiful to me. His breath hitched. I could feel his hand squeezing mine, fingers trembling. It was like he forgot how to breathe. Oh, he's never letting me go. I realized my hands were getting sweaty. I pulled away hastily, scratching at my neck and avoiding his gaze. I could feel the blood rush to my face. I could dunk my whole head in the river, and it probably let off steam. Sorry, that came out of nowhere. It just didn't feel right if I didn't say anything. I hope you understand. An awkward silence passed between the two of us. Anyways. I caught him mumbling under his breath. Yeah. Well, guys, I am stuck in the forest. I guess don't help me? I can't let you leave. What? I said you... Oh, we said it outright. You can't leave. I mean, now without your cat, right? I frowned. I've already tried, Mychael. Like you said, it was stupid for me to just wander off in the woods as if I find him through dumb luck. He paused, his fist clenching. But I haven't. Huh? I haven't tried. I know these woods better than anyone. I can try looking for him. But that means you can't leave yet. Mychael, I appreciate the offer, but I don't think I should stick around any longer. Oh, there it is. The Yandere of mind control. I have a job and responsibilities and... You hissed in pain, a sudden migraine overcoming your senses. You felt sick, your stomach wringing itself into knots. It felt like the world was warping around you as your legs wobbled. Your body buckled over as you resisted the urge to vomit. Mychael caught you as you slumped gracelessly to the ground, your head resting on his shoulder as he cradled you close. Hey, you don't look so good. Your vision doubled as he spoke, his speech oozing together words into an indecipherable mess. Are you okay? You need me to carry you home? My home or your home? I have no choice, guys. Yes, please? Okay. No problem. Just hang in there. Hang on to me. Well, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't think you're really sorry. You don't deserve this. If I could just one more day with you, I'd be the happiest man alive. Here we are. Let's get you tucked in. I should give you some clothes. Especially since you'll be staying another night. You're okay with that, aren't you? I can't really answer, bro. Ugh. Yep, well... Looks like we're here another night. Let me go back to the main menu. Oh my god. All right, that was day 2 of Mushroom Oasis. We are, unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to see it, still stuck with our buddy Mychael with a Y. He's definitely using that mushroom mind control of us. I don't really think I have hope for our buddy Jojo to be alive, to tell you the truth. He's just using it as an excuse to keep us there. He's so cute though, and he's giving me distractions like the chickens. That distracted me so quickly. Bro can just put a cute fluffy animal in front of me and I forget why I'm here. Yeah, the scene next to the river, 100% Mychael is never ever letting us go. Bro sees we are too precious and loving. He's like, yeah, no one has ever treated me like this. I need you to stay with me. So that does make me wonder, what other interactions has he had with people besides me? We know he's gone into town to like grocery store and the library, but no one really pays attention to him. There definitely has to be a moment where someone saw what he truly looks like and it was just scared, like hurled insults at him, what have you. And that kind of made Mychael really kind of close in, not wanting to open up to people or really trust people a lot. But he found us, he was still nice, and he took us in, and then he saw how kind we were even once we found out what he truly looked like. And yeah, he's never gonna let me go. I am forever stuck with him. I don't think it's a bad thing. If he maybe somehow installed internet, I would be fine to stay out here with him. It doesn't seem like a bad life. That Yanade mind control strikes again. My god, a Yanade with a mind control power is so deadly. Holy crap, I need to see more stuff like that. I'm used to Yanades being like regular humans, so there's not like much they can really do compared to like mind control and stuff like that. I need more of Yanades just with strong power. Just be like, yeah, I'm just keeping you with me and nothing's ever gonna stop everyone else. Yeah, that was day 2. I definitely enjoyed it. As always, I've left links in my description. Don't forget to check out the itch.io page and play the game yourself. If you do play it yourself, don't forget to comment, rate, let the creator know how much you enjoyed it. Definitely day 3 is going to be out much quicker compared to the time between day 1 and day 2. I promise. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, what have you on this video if you guys all enjoyed it. There will always be more day videos coming out in the future. Definitely look forward to those. Thank you all for stopping by and watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys all later. Bye bye.